This could be you at home trying to figure out a problem. A very common problem that BMW's N63 engine have is misfire, multiple misfire, cylinder 1, cylinder 2, or more than 1 to 4, or 5 to 8. Those type of problems are very common on BMW's N63 engine, and that is the case on this BMW. I'm pretty sure that you will try to get as much as information you can to fix a problem like this, and today I want to try to help you on that. This BMW is having problems with misfire, specifically on cylinder number 1 to cylinder number 4, multiple cylinder misfire. So what I did is check the compression, the cylinder compression. That's something that you can do to make sure then the engine internally is healthy, and that's what I did. And all the cylinders are between 175 psi, which is a good compression. Then I start to inspecting the spark plugs and everything looks fine. But there is one thing that you have to be conscious about when it comes to inspecting BMW's N63 engines, especially with cylinder misfires. Most of the cylinder misfire happens because of vacuum leaks, and these BMWs are going to have many different vacuum hoses all over the place that are going to lead to this problem. But there is one common place where the vacuum leak happens, specifically on BMW's N63 engines, and this is going to cause multiple cylinder misfires and stuff like that. And I'm talking about the PCV valve. This is the PCV valve of a BMW N63 engine, and probably you saw one of my previous videos replacing the PCV valve, and if you haven't, you can check my videos on my channel, and then you want to find the videos on how to replace this PCV valve. And I'm going to show you why this could be a problem. I won't say that this will be the total solution of this engine, because this engine seems to have many other problems, but this could be the major problem why we're getting multiple cylinder misfire. And as you can see, this PCV valve is broken. It's divided on 2 pieces, and it's only held by this piece over here, the bottom piece. That is the only one that is retaining it for breaking in 2. But here we have the reason why we have a major vacuum leak. What happens here is that the PCV valve, if we get closer over here, the PCV valve is the one in charge to extract the pressure from the engine. This part goes in the engine right here. I have it right here. You can see this orifice over here. It goes right here. So this one goes to the valve cover, and after it goes to the valve cover, it goes to this one right here, and this one extracts the pressure, excessive pressure from the engine. You know, like when the engine is working hard and everything, it's gonna build crankcase pressure, and this is going to release it through the PCV valve. We have an intake manifold side, this hose over here, then it's going to be this one right here. This goes to the intake manifold right below. So what it does over here is, then you can see this PCV valve is right connected to here, to the intake manifold right here, to the pipe, to the intake manifold. So this one goes to right there to the intake manifold area, so all the gases that are coming from this side can get burned. And then we have this other one, then it's going to get vacuum too. So we have a dual side PCV valve, because over here we have vacuum when the engine is idling, and over here we have vacuum when the engine is revving, because we have turbo pressure. So when we get turbo pressure, this area doesn't work anymore, because the turbo is the one that is pressing this, so it has a check valve over here, then doesn't allow the pressure to leave the intake manifold, and this one gets vacuum to the turbo, because the turbo over here is the one that is going to extract the air from the air filter and then to the turbo, and then push it to the intake manifold over here. So what happened here is, when the engine is idling, we get a lot of misfire, and everything is because we have a lot of vacuum leak over here. So the vacuum is coming on this direction, and it's supposed to be a sealed compartment, but because we have a broken piece over here, we get a lot of air. Then the sensors over here, the sensor then is connected to this one, and the sensor then reads the pressure of the intake manifold, are not reading at all. And that is the reason why we get in these multiple cylinder misfires. And in the case of this BMW, is mostly getting misfire on one bank, which is going to be this one. The other bank 5 to 8, which is going to be that bank, cylinder number 5 to cylinder number 8, is not getting any misfire except for cylinder number 5. Possible, then there is probably a leak, or maybe the specific cylinder is not working well. But on that side, it could be a different problem than this side. If you replace one PCB valve, doesn't matter if you are going to replace one PCB valve, you have to replace the two PCB valves at the same time, because they can break. It's possible that that one can be broken right now, and is giving us that kind of problems too. Probably the vacuum leak is very small, and you're just causing one cylinder, because the intake manifold is this pipe over here, it goes right to the free cylinder right here, all the way down goes to the free cylinder, which is going to be cylinder number 1 or cylinder number 5. So the one that gets the maximum amount of air is the one that is going to have the misfire. In this case, we have a lot of air coming on the bank number 1, and the other one probably is just a tiny bit. I want to be clear right now, because there is one thing that you have to be sure about this video right now that I'm doing. I am saying that this PCB valve could be the reason why we're getting multiple cylinder misfires, but it is not the only reason. This is the most common reason why. Yeah, it is the most common reason why. So if you get multiple cylinder misfire, you go and check this one. It's possible then it can be broken. But if you replace this one and the problem doesn't go away, that means then you need to inspect some other things. It's very important then when you replace the PCB valve, you put everything together and then start the engine. Before starting the engine, it's very important then you delete all the data, the codes and everything that was storage when all the codes were active. So you have to delete all that in order to do a proper repair, because if you don't delete them, it's possible then those codes are going to come back, and not until you delete them, then you're going to find out if the solution to the problem was the PCB valve. Then we are going to replace the PCB valve. In this moment we don't have it with us, because these PCB valves are very expensive. If you go to the dealer, they are around like 60 bucks each. If you buy them online, it's going to be cheaper, probably like 80 bucks, 60 bucks for the pair. So it's going to be better if you wait a couple of days, you buy them online, or probably for another source, then it's not BMW, then it's not going to charge that much money for the parts. So up to right now, this is the update I have, and this is one of the videos I'm going to do about this BMW. And it's very important then if you have multiple cylinder misfire, you inspect this component, the PCB valve. It is the most common component. It is not that hard to replace. If the solution is not that, then that means there is something more deeper than that, and you have to do more research on what the problem is. Spark plugs, coils, injectors, fuel pump, and many other components can be caused. And also the intake manifold can leak from many different areas, as I said before. In the case of this engine, the intake manifold is located right in between the chassis and the engine, so it's super hard to see it. You can see it from underneath, and you can see it from here, from top, but you can see only pieces of it. And that part is plastic, so you know it tends to crack over the time. The seals tend to crack too, and there is many ways to get vacuum leaks from that area. So it's very important that you keep that in mind. Don't expect that this will be the only solution to the problem. So that way I'm telling you ahead of time. So this could be, but just make sure if you remove one of these, make sure to see that it's broken. If it's not broken, don't remove it because you're gonna break it. But most of the time they break pretty easy because they're plastic. There is a very cheap plastic on these ones, so it is very common on that. But up to right now, this is all the details I'm going to give you. I'm going to continue keep you updated as soon as further places. I want to see what else we need to get done on this BMW to make it run smooth, because the idle of this BMW is very rough. We have to see what type of solutions we are going to seek on this BMW, and that means then we are going to do more videos about it. That will be very important for you, since working on these BMWs means more videos to you, more information. That is very helpful for all of you, especially when you're trying to find solutions on your own for these machines. Just keep in mind that when you are working on a BMW like this, you have to be completely cautious not to break components, because they're all plastic, and they're going to be very expensive if you don't do things right. And after that, probably it's going to be more expensive to you to repair it, take it to a shop or something. So that's why it's very important for you to inspect things little by little and don't force anything. That is my advice to all of you then planning to work on BMWs yourself. And the BMWs are very complex, but also they're very expensive. If you have any questions, go to the comment section of the video. There you can leave any type of questions. Also, if you want to contact me directly, go to Instagram, Francisco Maya YouTube. You can find me there, and then you can ask me anything directly. Just be patient at the moment of answering your questions. And also, if you want to send support to the channel, check the description of the video. Have details how to send support to the channel to go make more videos like this, so you can learn more about BMWs. Subscribe to the channel is very important. Liking the videos is important as well. And thank you for watching.